I have a job for you.
Jeez, it's not another arc, is it?
No, not again. This time I need a full-scale home renovation.
Noah Construction and Builders is your design and build partner. We do it all, from additions and dormers to full-scale renovations. Schedule your no-cost design consultation today. Visit us online at noahconstruction-builders.com.
Noah Construction and Builders. Through dreams we design, with vision we build.
If you guys ever want to see what this looks like in person, if you will.
They do. I see a lot of views.
You can look on my MuscleSport TV YouTube channel.
Do you check the views? I check the views.
Yeah,
you don't check them.
27, 30.
No, I see thousands. Trevor told me there was one time, there was the one where I make fun of you, which is every
week.
Every week, there's thousands of views.
Thousands of views.
Thousands.
Well, we would have... I
I
want to have thousands of views because I want our title sponsor, Noah Construction-Builders.com, to get as much business as they can handle and then more.
See, I try to teach Joe. Can you hear me, Trevor?
I hear you perfect.
I'm hearing
I can't hear myself. I try to teach Joey not to be so transparent in business because that's why I got about 7. I'm not. This isn't working. I got it.
I'm transparent.
You're too transparent in business.
To a fault.
Yeah, you're too transparent.
To a fault.
I try to teach Joey to not tell everyone the absolute. Not that you're lying. I don't want you to lie, Joey. But
I'm brutally frank, and again,
but
to a fault.
that's your problem when you sell advertising. You say, listen, we got. There's about 4 or 5 people that listen to the program, which is not true. There's many, many, many people that listen to this program. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, I know.
But Joey's too transparent sometimes.
No.
Joey's, you know what? I don't.
The toughest part of business is sales.
Correct. And you're terrible.
I've had this company since 2008.
You used to be better.
I used to be better,
You're terrible.
but it was better out there. The industry was bigger and better.
See, you know what? I like to manifest positively. See, I don't like. You don't dream. You know how you dream about success, Trevor. Are you listening, Trevor? Okay. You're always listening to me. You know when you dream about success, I never say, "Listen, I'm dreaming about this. I want this car." You manifest it. You know what manifest means? You make it happen. Right? You visualize it. And then it happens. I try to. I'm being rude. I should never teach Joey anything, but let me tell you something. This man's one. He's one amazing human. He's a good businessman. He was a very good police officer. He went. He did. How you can never know. You never tell.
I don't tell it. That's like a secret.
Did I blow the whistle?
Yes.
You didn't know that?
Retired for many years now.
He wasn't just a police officer, Trevor.
I was a detective.
This guy was
a sergeant.
Steven Seagal in Out for Justice. Minus the ponytail.
Yeah. No, well, I did have a ponytail.
No, you didn't. You didn't have the ponytail.
When I was an undercover, I had like the little mullet.
No, you did not.
1990.
Did you have the fishnet on your head too? Like you were like you were like a essay? Like, you know what I mean? Like you were real deep in.
I never tried to play something I wasn't. I was just a strung out Italian kid.
Yeah. So you went in and you see. This is the cool stuff that we don't know about.
Yeah, I used to.
Right?
I was an undercover for years.
We knew that. I knew he was an undercover, but I didn't see. I want to hear. Sometimes I want to hear like. The stories that Joey's got.
Too. I would love to hear.
I don't want anything to do with it anymore.
Yeah, but this is like
turn
New York,
that page.
New York undercover, when 90s cop stuff was real.
And there was some bad days.
Yeah, and this was Joey.
It wasn't great. The city was a mess, and I'm glad I'm not part of that.
But the respect I have for this man is unbelievable. The respect I
appreciate. That's nice.
That's the truth.
I always try to I never talk about that.
That's not what
I want nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with any. And people go, PTSD. Don't even say it. I laugh when people say, "Are you kidding me?" No, it wasn't that.
I got PTSD.
I want nothing to do from hanging out with
you. Trevor, you know what I get PTSD from? That I gotta face him every
every morning in the gym.
Oh my God! Every morning, and I gotta. This is why you see when I wear my hat. Sometimes I can't look at Joey. Sometimes.
I got you. Gotta put it down.
No, I wouldn't say. No. The respect I have for him, not because it's just the police officer thing. That's amazing. Because when he was doing that, I was watching all the Seagal movies, and that was Joey. You know what I mean?
Right.
The respect I have. I mean, listen, as a sports writer, people don't really know the this guy's a talented man. As I see what I you see what I my MO. Yeah. I am as I'll rip them to shreds, say hideous, and then I'll build them like Noah's Ark. Noah's
construction.
You see?
Noah.
That's how I do it. All the old Italian men, right, Trev? This was their MO, right? So I would hear them talking about this one guy, right?
Okay.
And they'd be like, this guy, what a piece of garbage. He's really this guy. But don't get me wrong, he's got a heart of gold. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
they'd be shredding him, and then he comes walking over and, hey, buddy,
Vinny,
what's up?
Vinny the Baker, how you doing?
Hey, you want some espresso?
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Look at it, and then he would, this fucking guy,
As soon as he goes, he turns his back.
Did you guys really get a chance to listen to the Italian show?
I actually have on Sundays.
Right.
Joey did.
I caught it a few times in my car on Sundays, and I think it's great, and I wish I understood it more, but it's helping me learn the language by listening to other people talking, and there's music and stuff. Okay. Yeah, it was like a 4 o'clock on Sundays.
3 to 6.
Oh, 3 to 6. Okay, I'm in the car sometimes at 4 o'clock.
Why do you get 3 hours and I get a half hour?
Because they pay more.
We gotta figure this out. We need more sponsors.
Therein lies the problem that we started with the show.
And therein lies the salesman of the.
We'll work out some extra more time for you guys when the time, right?
I would love to have more time.
Listen, we'll figure this out.
We'll figure it out one day. But it's good. I'm glad that we're here. But the show that Trevor's talking about is fully in Italian.
I like it.
They have songs, they have segments and stuff.
Do they really?
And I'm listening to it, and I pick up some words here and there, so it helps me learn.
And Trev, you're here too? You're doing the engineering at Sundays?
No, another guy named Brian, but I listen to
it's it's pre-recorded, or are they here?
No, he's live.
Oh, they are live. I wasn't sure. I couldn't tell really.
Does everyone else on the channel know that we all have the best ratings though? Like do they know? We do, truth be told,
a lot of people do listen to you guys. Cause you have that guy call up a lot.
You see, we have a lot. We have a lot of listeners, sponsors.
Yes.
Sponsorships. We have a ton of listeners.
Packages are very low.
We are, the top WGBB program. I mean, I don't know what Joey's saying here. I don't know. You see how this is how we do it, Joey.
Yes,
this is how we do it. You don't go to the gym with your bucket and your shades and a cane and say, I'm blind. I need sponsorship money.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, maybe tomorrow I'll break those out.
You're right.
My old gym bag.
That's a good idea, though.
It's
Gotta learn you. Guys, can you throw us a bone? Listen, me and Anthony got this radio show. We need a couple of dollars. We need a couple of struzones.
You know what's wrong? You know, people. I tell you what changed really with advertising. And I don't want to stay on this subject because it's not the show mantra here at all.
Right.
Social media is the best and the worst
100%.
thing.
I say it every day.
For companies.
Yeah.
Okay, you have a business, I have a business.
I say it every
this
day.
place has a business, right? They're going to promote their own stuff on their social media channel. So all of these people that used to advertise say, why am I spending money with Anthony, Joey, and WGGB, GBB? I can just promote on my.
But it doesn't work.
And I had to put a video up recently about this. I said, that's great.
Posted it.
Yeah, I said, that's great. I go, but the people that follow you will already know who you are. They already know what you're selling.
Exactly.
They already, but I might have new products out there. Oh, you got a point. Good point.
Yeah.
But how is anybody else going to find out about you? Have 100,000 followers. You make a lot of money. You sell a lot of protein powder, whatever your case may be. Right. How is anybody outside of that circle going to find out about it? Well, our guys repost our stuff. Again, good point. But you got to reach it a little bit.
100%.
Like, well, it's different. I'm not selling a service.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right. I do promotions with other media places, and we swap ads. So in a way, I advertise.
Yeah.
On other media, because you can't. A media company advertising on another media company, but we do it as a favor for one another.
All you got to say is, look, you're advertising because it's us, okay? And people want to listen to us. Anthony's smart, Trevor's the best, and Joey, you know.
Joey's Joey.
He's Joey. He's kind of like the Elmer's glue that holds it all together. Right?
I get them right up on YouTube though. I've been
I gotta tell you,
again to a nice pattern getting it up the same night.
Whoever's listening, everyone who's listening, Joey does an incredible job on this on the social media, on the YouTube, he does a real. I sound like such an old man when I say on the Google. Trevor, you got to go on the Google and the internet.
What's up on the Facebook lately?
What I think you guys should do sometime is give away some prizes.
Yeah, we'll give away.
We can do that.
And let people call up, and
right?
First caller gets
signed magazine from me. I think it's worth some money. It's on eBay.
I do that.
Yeah.
I do that.
Joey signs
MSM T-shirt.
He'll sign his hat.
I'll sign my cabbie hat, my little Italian hat.
All right, you can. No, listen. Here's the truth.
I like that though.
We joke.
Trevor. He actually had that is 100%.
Listen, we don't need to. We're the number one. Look at the ratings. We're the number one, guys. Number one.
Anthony will give you a full year of physical personal training.
Not a chance. That's worth thousands. I could buy a radio station for that. Trevor,
Anthony,
I'm cutting you a check for the radio station. $6.99.
that's a good one.
All right. What are we talking about?
We're going to talk a little bit about fitness. We're going to talk about. We got, we had a little fun at the beginning, of course, but that's. Listen, this show is just off the cuff like that. But home gym versus commercial establishment gym.
Right.
Now, obviously, during COVID, we didn't have a choice.
Right.
Some people did. A lot of people, the IFBB pros had places to go. People, they hooked them up. But for the most part, most of us had whatever we got at home, a little set. Now, I got one of those weeder machines, which really are god awful. They suck.
Still does the job with certain
It sucked.
Listen,
I bought some dumbbells. I have a treadmill. I got a Bosu ball. I can do my ab thing on that.
You got a couple Bosu balls.
I got a few Bosu balls. I kept on there. So I made the best of the time I was unable to go to the gym.
Right.
And there wasn't then when the gyms reopened up again, and then remember we didn't have to wear, we had to wear the mask. But we were so desperate to get back to the gym, we even wore the mask and dealt with it.
Yeah.
Then the mask came off, but then you remember Kathy Hochul said, "Oh, you got to wear the masks again."
I don't remember that.
Yes, it was a few months after the things opened up, and I was working out at World Gym in Bayshore at the time.
Mask anymore.
And the manager's like, "I can't take a chance on getting a fine." So I said, "Bill, do me a favor." I knew the guy for years. I said, freeze my membership. I will not work out with a mask. And I worked out it back home again.
Right.
And now that I had the opportunity to go back to a gym that had all of the stuff, and then I had to go back to using this little cramped room full of this, whatever, here and there, pieces of strewn around equipment, I saw the big difference between training at home versus training in the gym. And then obviously when that gym closed and I joined ProFit, it was, both gyms were great, but ProFit obviously is bigger.
It was night and day.
Yeah, but the other gym was fine. I worked out there for years. We loved it over there. But ProFit obviously has bigger, better stuff and all of that, more of each thing. So to me, when I worked out at home, I felt that I was very limited. I could only do a few things, and even the things that I had to do were not great. Was it good in an emergency situation, i.e. COVID, couple of months, gyms were completely shuttered? Yeah, but if I have my choice, I feel that working out at home, I found myself, not that I was getting distracted and I would walk out of the room and start looking at videos. I got my thing over with. I did my workout and then I did what I had to do. I wasn't distracted. I didn't worry about the phone and all of that. I just did not feel like I was getting anywhere close to a workout from a gym because the options that I have was so limited. It was like almost redundancy.
Yeah, right.
Every time I did shoulders, I can only do certain things.
Right.
I can mix it up: front lateral raise, side lateral raise, single arm, double arm, alternate together. Yeah, you can do all of that, but basically it's doing the same thing with the dumbbells.
Right.
And then the weeder machine has a thing. So you being the trainer,
Mm-hmm.
obviously you probably have a lot of clients. They must miss time, so do they make up workouts at home? And how do you approach that if it happens?
If the gym shut down?
No, or whatever. Let's just say a client has, I can't make it for a couple of weeks, whatever. Whatever. But I don't want to just completely fall off the wagon. I want to stay. Do you recommend home gym type of stuff?
Definitely. I mean, you want to know the crazy part? I was almost. It's not that I was relieved, but like during COVID, I actually really enjoyed working out from home. But again, I do this for a living, so I'm talking to people 10 hours a day. I'm doing this 10 hours. The solitude, as weird as it sounded to
You actually
people,
enjoyed
I
it.
actually enjoyed it. Redundant as it was, I enjoyed it because it was really just me time. I got what I had to do done. I mean, I was limited. I had a treadmill, I had dumbbells, but
Listen,
listen,
kind of like me. You had a few
yeah,
things
but
that
I could work out in a closet at this point. You
Right,
know,
you
you
can-
know what I mean? But
you
like,
can do anything. I mean,
Right.
the guys that are in jail cells have no weights, and
Exactly.
they're doing great. They come
you know,
out ripped.
you mix it up. You do time under tension. There's a lot of
Yeah.
good stuff. I mean, I ripped my door halfway down because I had a pull-up bar, but I kind of destroyed that thing. But
I'm sure you.
I mean, listen, there's no, you can't get, because of the variety, especially at ProFit and the gyms and everything like that. Obviously, that's where you want to be. That's where you get the best results.
Yeah.
However, it's better than absolutely nothing at this point. And like I said, I just because it was me and I was almost, again, 20 years of training people in gyms and having all clients and sometimes having to rush my workout. I like the redundancy and I liked having that almost alone time. That's just me because, again, it's not that I can't say that I enjoyed it, but I was almost it was almost a moment of clarity, if that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just even the redundant stuff, getting that blood in the muscle, getting that pump, doing some time under tension, doing slower push-ups, felt great to me. But, everyone has a preference, obviously. Now, obviously, the gyms that have multiple choices and equipment and everything, listen, you get the best results. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. But that doesn't mean you can't get results, with a home gym or home workouts. Listen, you can figure it out anything if you want to. And just by movement and exercising and like I said, what is called blood in the muscle, that's the way to do it. Anything is better than nothing.
And we all started doing that. When we were kids, the big thing was the 110-pound weight set,
Right.
which was the concrete and plastic plates. It had
I
a
remember those
really thin bar
Right.
with the cuff collars with the red things with the hexagon
I
things.
remember those.
And we even got one of us bought, I think it was like used or something. It was like a bench that went with it that was like really shaky. But we used to, in my house in Brooklyn, I had we used to call it the patio. It was basically a storage area. I had the weights set up there. My friends and I used to work out there, and then my other friend had one at his house, so we would switch it up. And you used to be able to make dumbbells out of the things. I had 2 dumbbells. It was all just blank, but total it was a 110-pound weight set. And it was the most archaic thing, and then you couldn't slam them because the concrete would start breaking and you hear the powder in the plastic, I still have a few of the plates.
Yeah.
When my in-laws sold their house, my father-in-law had one of these things that was just in their basement. So I was like, what are you going to do with that? He was like, I was going to put it in a dumpster. I said, you mind if I take it? I said, I'll take any kind of little weight things. So I brought home, a couple of those plates and a few of the dumbbell things. And I've used them over the years when I worked out at home. And during COVID, I had to. But that was like the really beginnings before I joined the gym.
Right.
I joined the gym my first time. I was like 14, a freshman in high school. Bensonhurst Gym on 20th Avenue and 63rd Street.
Is that the one? Where's the one where Lou Ferrigno went?
R&J, that's McDonald Avenue.
But that was
J.
a little gym. That was a private little gym that he used to go to.
Yes,
or
R&J Health Studio was called. They got popular after the movie.
That's where they filmed that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And that was in Bensonhurst?
No, that was probably in, I guess it would be not Sheepshead Bay, Midwood, probably like Midwood area.
And that's where
he lived.
Right, gotcha.
Yeah, that's where he lived when in the movie. He used to live in a home with his mom and dad
Gotcha.
and the brother and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, our gym used to be we called it Bangusto, but it was a Met food.
Mm-hmm.
It was a supermarket. So when it opened up as a gym, it actually for Brooklyn had a good size as far as the footprint goes.
Yeah. And that was the 80s, right?
Yeah, and it had in the back, like early 80s, in the back it was the guys that opened it were into boxing too, so they had boxing area in the back with bags and a bell and a timer and a speed
And that was called
bag.
Bensonhurst Gym.
It was called Bensonhurst Gym, and
Wow.
it was boxing and bodybuilding stuff. And that was a really good place. There was also a gym my friend went to, was called East Coast Gym. It was on McDonald Avenue and 66th Street, I think, between 66th, 67th. It was above a supermarket, and when guys would slam the weights,
They would hear it in the supermarket.
the ceiling would
Oh,
start.
that's crazy.
So they would get a lot of complaints, but it was a key club. Remember the key clubs?
You open the key.
You went.
right,
You could
right.
go 20. It was a 24-hour gym.
Right,
Sometimes
right.
there wasn't even a guy working there.
Right, right.
And they actually had almost like the original World Gym
Mm-hmm.
in Venice, a rooftop area where there was weights. It was wild.
Outside.
Outside.
Oh, in
Because in Brooklyn, there was a second floor, so there was like a door you would open, and you'd be on the roof, and there was a couple of pieces
That's
of equipment
cool.
out there.
That's
No,
cool.
and it got like, if it was raining, you wouldn't go out there. But
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
stuff that, it was like old. We're talking about like old Vince Gironda style,
yeah.
just bodybuilding stuff.
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
no spa kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
stuff. This
yeah.
was
Those are the best.
It was just
I
like,
like those.
you know,
I
and
like, I like those hardcore cement.
awesome. And that's what I grew
Prison
up.
walls. I love that stuff.
That's so I went from working at home to that, and it was like, wow. It was like, oh, like this is just insane.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Right.
And we went up to like some of the power lifters, and we were kids. We asked them, "Can you show us how to squat properly?"
Mm-hmm.
And this guy Bobby the Animal Bocino, who was a local powerlifting guy, he had, he used to go into shows. He did very well.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, like we were like kind of nervous. We were kids, we were 14. This
Mm-hmm.
guy was probably in his mid 30s. He's like, yeah, absolutely, of course, come on. And the nicest guy in the world
Yeah.
showed us how to squat.
And this is the 80s again.
yeah, this
That's
is
amazing.
82.
That's unbelievable.
And this guy 81 probably at that time, and this guy showed us how to squat properly and was more than happy and was like, anytime you guys ever want to spot, ever have a question,
Yeah.
don't feel shy, ask, don't do it wrong, get hurt.
That's
Ask.
great, man.
And it was
What a good experience.
Oh, it was phenomenal.
People you think everyone's intimidating and
Oh, this guy was a
was
monster.
a jerk, and they couldn't be the nicest guys in the world.
This guy was a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Lost the tip of his finger,
Yeah.
clipping. So he couldn't. I remember the situation, but
Yeah.
the tip of his finger he lost, clipping
You got,
squat,
listen. You gotta love the hardcore.
We had this
Yeah,
group
you gotta love the
of power lifters in this gym
Mm-hmm.
that were like. Some of them were monsters. Some of them were small guys that just
Strong.
I couldn't believe what I was
Yeah,
watching.
Yeah.
Deadlifting, all of this crazy
Yeah,
weight,
oh,
and
yeah.
it was impressive.
Yeah.
It was wild, and it's funny. I actually have dreams sometimes that it reopened.
Mm-hmm.
You ever have these weird dreams, like
course.
kind of recurring in a way?
And you feel like you're there already.
Oh my, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
The milk crates and
that just means that that was something special in your adolescence, teenage years. You always remember
loved
things.
it.
Yeah. Sometimes you wish you had a time machine, right? It's just
Oh,
amazing.
I
How
would
cool is
love to
stuff
go
like
back
that?
there and hang out.
Yeah.
And we had what was her name? Oh Jesus, there was one girl that she was really on her way to making Xena, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Athena. She was on her way. She's still around. She's still on Instagram and stuff. She was on her way to getting places in the NPC and stuff. She did that pose that they don't like. I forget what they call it when the girls like touch their toes and their asses to the stage. You know what I'm talking
yeah,
about?
yeah.
It really shows the hamstrings.
Right,
off. It's
right.
more for the glute hamstring. She did that pose,
Yeah.
and she was kind of like persona non grata after that.
What does that mean? That means that she was banned
She was basically like
because of that provocative thing? Get out of here.
that kind of pose.
My
was
God,
kinda,
dude. Do you see what these girls do now? It's just
yeah, but we're talking like you know,
I guess.
81, 82.
It's a freaking bikini contest.
Yeah, actually, a few years ago, I actually got in touch with her through Instagram, or we have a Bensonhurst Gym Facebook group, and I had her on one of the shows, and she called in or something.
Oh, back you have a group that everyone that used to go to that gym?
Yeah. They actually had a reunion a few years ago. I couldn't make it.
That's pretty
but
cool.
But they had a reunion. The place was amazing.
That's pretty cool.
And then for a while it was sold, and they changed the name to Bodyworks Gym. Mm-hmm. They used the same logo, but they changed the name, and it was a young couple that bought it. And the guys were kind of used to the old guys that owned it. Yeah. And because it had the original owners was these triplets. Mm-hmm. I think there were 2 cops out of them. They were older guys. They were probably in their 40s. Mm-hmm. And I knew their sons, who one of them had twin sons. Mm-hmm. It was weird. They're triplets and they had twin sons, right? So maybe they weren't triplets. They were twins and another brother. And then one guy had twins, and they were both cops. And I was friends with one of them. And I won't get into the story what happened. Mm-hmm. It was tragic what happened. But then after years and years, they sold to this other guy, Mike, and this guy, Lee, and they worked out there and they bought it. And then years and years later, after the Bodyworks guys had it, all of a sudden, one day, this guy Chip is back behind the counter. Chip, Andy, and I forget the other guy's name, the third brother. Mm-hmm. They're like, yeah, we bought it again. They changed the signs back to Bensonhurst Gym. And it was like, all the members were like so happy.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was great.
And obviously that's gone now, right?
Yeah, it's like a Chinese adult like training, like like adults go to try to like. It's almost like physical therapy, but it's more like class.
Okay, got it.
My grandmother used to go to something like this where they would do things for these old people so they wouldn't get stiff. So it almost is it's weird in a way. It's like a gym for these old Chinese people now. Because the neighborhood's a lot of Asians.
Yeah, right.
So it's kind of like, wow, it's Bensonhurst Gym. It's not these old people, but they're still working out in a way.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it's kind of wild.
That's cool.
But that's we got to punch out. I can't believe how quick.
Yeah,
this
because
show went.
I just let you talk today.
Like I got on.
Yeah, I let you just ramble about it. When you get on, it's I can't stop.
But this was a great place, though. It was so much
amazing.
fun. But that's going to do it for us this week on MuscleSport Media Live, WGBB Radio. We will see you guys in 1 week.
That stuff's awesome, like that old school stuff. I love it.
Noah, I have a job for you.
Jeez, it's not another arc, is it?
No, not again. This time I need a full-scale home renovation.
Noah Construction and Builders is your design and build partner. We do it all, from additions and dormers to full-scale renovations. Schedule your no-cost design consultation today. Visit us online at noahconstruction-builders.com.
Noah Construction and Builders, through dreams we design, with vision we build.